none, please rise and join us in the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time I'd like to remind the audience, applicants, town administration, and each of the planning board members to please refrain from asking questions in regard to all matters discussed this evening without first being granted my consent. First item on our agenda is an A&R for 282 Southwood Street. You here for the A&R?
Yep.
Please come to the table. Introduce yourself, please.
David Pappas from SDC LLC.
Tell us a little bit about,
Excuse me?
will you tell us a little bit about what you've got here?
Subdividing a lot on Southwood Street. Roughly an acre and a quarter.
And did you have anything to...
Through the chair, this is something we've seen in the past where I think two previous renditions have been, the two other lots have been carved off the same larger
Correct,
parcel,
yeah.
correct? And this being the third. I didn't see any, that this seems to conform with the A&R regulations aside from it being a larger scale, since it's such a large and strangely shaped property. It's 1 inch for 100 feet versus the 1 inch to 40 feet. Other than that, this seems to meet our requirements.
Mr. Rother, any questions?
That's right next to Belgium's lot?
Correct.
I don't have any question.
Mr. Brooks?
Make a motion to endorse the approval not required.
Second?
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
You know, I can see right next to it.
There you go.
Good. I can do that.
Thanks.
Because you don't like run the AV here, it's fine. Making sure we don't make a mistake.
I got one to run about.
Just one minute.
Thank you.
It's on its way. Thanks.
It's on this way. Your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
35 Swanson Road, SPA waiver request to build a modular classroom at Bryn Mawr School. Please come to the table. Introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Chairperson Steven Hilber and members of the board. My name is Mary Ellen Brunel, I'm the superintendent in Auburn, and this is Mr. Joe Fahey, our Director of Facilities. And as indicated, we are here to seek your approval to install a modular classroom on the rear of the current 35 Swanson Road, the Bryn Mawr School. As indicated in the letter, We have a number of students with some pretty substantial needs that will be coming to the Bryn Mawr School next year. And in order to accommodate their needs in terms of discrete trials, sensory integration, and some of their mobility challenges, we really do need to add a space on for them. As indicated, we would be, I'll let Mr. Fahey get into the specifics, but we would be, our intention would be, with your approval, is to place the modular on the rear. It's a paved surface already, so we certainly wouldn't be adding any impervious area to this. Nault Architects has been awarded the contract for the architectural part of it, and we will soon be going out to bid for the actual construction of the modular.
The end of May, we plan on it to bid.
I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Through you, Ms.
Sure,
Chairman.
Mr. Brooks, go ahead.
Mrs. Brunel, the circular piece in the front, that's the original driveway. Is that where the parking lot is further down, if you go?
Currently, right there, there's 2 handicap spots right there where the circular driveway is.
And that's where the original, like, entrance was?
Yes, yeah, that won't change.
The big piece on the left is where the parking lot used to be, the ball field. Right
Actually, this lower part,
in here.
No, there's never parking right there. There's a right-of-way to go around the building there. The parking lot's right there, is right up there, going up the back. So the new modular, the proposed modular, does not affect any existing parking spaces right now. Currently, people do park there for conveniences, but the parking lot runs along the tree line in there.
it's actually larger than it appears because the trees are blocking
Right.
quite a bit of
Blocking
it.
quite a bit of it, yeah.
There's roughly 55 parking spaces right now that we have on the property. We're hoping to increase a little bit of the parking in the front. You can see where we kind of put those marks right there. We're hoping to go just redesign the parking lot.
Parking. And that's in addition, it looks like, to the existing modular?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Original modulars right now, they're 16 years old. They were put up, I believe, actually 18, excuse me. They were put up in '98, and there was only 2 of them that were put up. And now we're hoping to add the 3rd one to the right of that.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Mr. Rothra, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions at all. It's not doing anything to anybody.
I have no problems with the application. Quick comment as a neighbor is, as you guys are looking at projects around this school and the Auburn Middle School, a lot of the intersections in that area, the sidewalks aren't ADA accessible. That's just something to pay some attention to as you're doing upgrade projects. We were able to correct that over time, it'd be great, but I have no problem with this.
Okay. Entertain a motion? Yeah, please.
Through the chair, this is a request for waivers from public hearing requirement for site plan modification. And it's essentially, if you're looking for a motion to approve a minor modification of a site plan, and then a second motion to approve requested waivers.
I'll make the first. To approve
Okay, is there a
minor
second?
Second?
And that's for the minor modification. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the site plan
And the waivers
waivers.
through the chair are requested are for public hearing requirement, site topography, site lighting, landscape plan, site plan prepared by the professional engineer, drainage, and application fee.
I'll make a motion that we approve the requested waivers.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All set.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
I'll have a memo issued within a couple of days.
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you.
24 Sword Street, SPA waiver request to open a paint distribution operation at an existing warehouse. Come on up.
Unfortunately, I guess right at the moment, I have to say that Marty is not here from the warehouse operation down there. I'm John Fortin, and I'm just representing the paint distribution company. We're currently up at 8 Nebraska Street in Worcester and looking to move into Auburn. I mean, I don't know what, Marty has to do here or doesn't have to do here. I honestly don't know. We were in front of the board on Thursday night to get the variance for it, and they passed that. And he had spoken to me and said, can you be available on Tuesday? And I said, absolutely, to, come up here. Our company is based out of York, Pennsylvania, so it's not cost effective to really have someone come up. So I'm just representing the company.
Can you tell us a little bit about your operation?
Yeah, like I say, I'm up at 8 Nebraska Street now. I've been in the business actually 40 years. I'm the manager. I run the operation in Worcester. We mostly wholesale, sell to body shops, sell to fleet people, very small and industrial. We do have some walk-in business, but not a whole lot. We deal in small quantities, pints, quarts, gallons of paint, nothing in large quantities whatsoever, as in occasionally a 5-gallon pail for an industrial account or something like that, but nothing any big. We don't get involved with 55-gallon drums or anything like that. I mean, we get inspected by the fire department every, 3 or 4 times a year. We have, when we initially moved into Worcester, right there, our mixing room there, we do have a specified mixing room that we had purchased, and we had built at the location we're in now that would be moved. It's explosion proof, has a 12-inch vent going out through the top of it for any kind of fumes, just for, as we mix. But I mean, we've never had any problem. It's all sealed, all bermed all the way around. Everything's bolted into the wall. So if we ever had, like an earthquake or something like that, then everything is going to stay in that room. We do not spray there. We do not test paint there. We do not do any of that. When we sell our material, it's of course a virgin material. All our, thinners, hardeners, clear coats, anything that goes in the automotive industry for refinishing, those are all, all factory packed items from the manufacturer.
So you do custom color mixing?
We do custom color mixing, right. As everybody's vehicle here, you all have a paint code on your vehicle. If you needed a little touch-up, you could come in and say, hey, geez, I have paint code blue, and I can mix you a little ounce or 2 ounces of paint. But I would say at least 90% of our business is all to body shops in the area. And a lot of them mix their own paints. So it's, once again, yes, we do our share of mixing paint, but we don't do an overly abundance of mixing paint.
Okay. Mr. Rothram?
I'm familiar with the operation, and basically they're a distributor that sells to body shops paint goods. And if the fire department and if they're past every other department with flying colors, I don't have a problem with them.
My only concern is that it is, in an aquifer district, and I just was, my question, I guess, is when the paint is unloaded, we now have a loading dock at this new location?
In Auburn, or where we are now?
In Auburn.
No, I don't believe there is a loading dock there. It's the truck would come in, I would unload in the lot, as I do in Worcester. At our store in Worcester, we do not have a loading dock, so we have a rubber-wheeled forklift that I am certified to drive, and I go out and unload it and bring the pallets in. And that would be the same thing.
Everything's unwrapped pallets?
They are sealed pallets. They are all shrink wrapped. When we get them from the manufacturer. We sell nothing but PPG automotive products. They all come out of Albany, New York on a tractor trailer. When we do buy. And just to add into what Mr. Rother said, I had given Captain Anderson my my permit for the store. I made a copy of it when I first met with that particular board on a Thursday morning, I believe it was, and I had given him my, my permit so he could see basically what I have and what different classifications I carry.
Any questions?
Are the fumes that exit the 12-inch vent, are they monitored or tested?
We've never been monitored, sir, no, because, like I say, it's not like they are mixed with anything. They're all virgin materials, so, I take, when I'm mixing, if you needed a pint of paint, or you need a little touch-up bottle of paint, or I am mixing one for a body shop, I am taking sealed, all my containers sit on a mixing bank, and what we do is we have a computer printout and we have a scale, and what we do is we come over and we pour them into the scale. So they're, as such, I mean, yes, are there fumes? Yes, of course there are fumes, but they're not mixed with anything that is like an isocyanate or a hazardous type of product. We have filters on the inlet. Honestly, I don't know if there is any kind of a filter on the outlet of the, of the vent going out.
It's the same as Home Depot and Lowe's, basically, as far as the mixing aspect of it. Do they have all that stuff?
I don't know.
Well, there is a requirement for that to be low VOC, so it's a little bit different. Jonathan, do you have any questions?
What's that?
Justin?
Well, it's like a professional organization with good equipment there. It sounds like it's small quantities, so that's the quantity that will get me in. I think it's...
Exactly.
We don't have silos of this stuff.
No, by any means. No.
That looks good.
And like I say, a lot of the stuff that we do, it goes out in a sealed unit because the body shops do their own mixing. So yeah, I need, they'll call us up and I need this, and this, and they're off the shelf into a delivery vehicle, and and then they do carry, all our delivery vehicles do carry spill kits. We have met with safety people. We're actually meeting with safety people on May 3rd. And we just, always try to update things like that as,
Okay. Matt, did you have something you wanted to?
Sure.
Yeah, to the discussion.
Yes, Scott.
John Fortney.
John,
yeah.
this is the second contact, Scott Parker, LSP. Apologize. Thank you, John. This mix booth, it's a prefab.
That is a prefab, yes. In all actuality, if you've ever been into a body shop, I don't know what you are, they have spray booths, okay? This is basically a miniature spray booth. We had it actually designed by a spray booth company for ourselves.
Right. And it's designed according to certain standards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All explosion proof. The lights are sealed, the vents are sealed. For all, each individual mixing bank that we have has a master disconnect, and the vents are sealed.
Furthermore, through the chair, this is as Sean mentioned, he had come to DCG previously, met with the town department heads on Wednesday morning prior to going to the zoning board of appeals for I believe it was variance for the storage of materials within the aquifer district, to which it was granted on Thursday. This site plan application requirement is because it acts as because there's a precursor of a variance. We still have a site plan that follows automatically according to our bylaw. The applicant's requesting waivers of the public hearing requirement, which is why we're here today. A lot of the hazardous material stuff, the regulations for the mixed booth can all be coordinated and handled through the Board of Health, the building department, and the fire department, all prior to occupancy permit regardless. Some of those things I believe could be handled by town administration before they can occupy the site. People we're looking at today primarily
To waive.
those things in addition to any site modifications to which there aren't any.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the waivers.
Apologize.
Mike, how are you?
First for a motion to approve a request for minor modification of
Minor
site plan,
modification.
and then a request for waiver.
Hi.
I apologize for being late.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Marty Reisner. I'm from the Auburn Industrial Development Corporation. I'm one of the owners and the operator and the property manager of the Auburn Industrial Park, as well as some other properties in Auburn.
Well, John has given us the the lowdown on the operation, and we're just about ready to make a motion for the modification.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second
Now, this motion is
for the modification?
for the modification.
Mhm.
We gonna put that in there?
To
I'll second that.
To approve.
The site plan. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Now, the waiver.
And waivers requested are for public hearing requirement, topography, lighting, landscaping, site plan by professional engineer, and drainage calculation.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
To waive what Matt just said. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. I will issue a memo in the next couple of days that renders the approval.
Great.
Very good. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Welcome to
For your
our
support.
Yeah.
Once again, I apologize for being late.
That's okay, I came at the right time.
You did a good job.
Thank you, everyone.
The public hearing for applicant Marie Baker has been continued to May 10th, 2016, so if there's anyone here for that hearing, that one has been moved. The next up is the 12 William Street. Matt?
Yes, this hearing was closed at our last meeting for the board to consider a decision. In the meantime, today we had received a request from from HS&T Group on behalf of the applicant, Mr. George, requesting that the public hearing for the special permit on 12 William Street be reopened tonight to allow the applicant to withdraw the application without prejudice.
So make a motion to open the hearing.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Come up.
Casper, HS&T Group.
Mr. Wood, I said we'd like to request to withdraw the application for special permit for 12 William Street without prejudice. Mr. George is here too, the applicant.
Yes, unless the board has any additional questions, I think you're looking for a motion to close and then a motion to,
I'll
either
make
a
a
motion to vote or a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And a motion to accept the withdrawal without prejudice.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You're all set?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Which means that they can come back with him.
Pardon?
They can come back at any time without having to go through. There's no
Right.
time
Yeah.
period.
Yes.
Can you just explain to
Sure. So, the motion to withdraw without prejudice means the application is no longer on the table. Means that the board did not render a decision of approval or denial. It's just no longer an active application with us. In order for them to pursue anything further with the lot, they'd have to come back to this board at a later time.
Yep.
that again?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Yeah.
You too. Signatures, Verizon Wireless special permit.
No, get this on
Yes. For the chair with Mr. Kowski's absence, I'm looking for 3 signatures on this, assuming the language is okay. 3 members that voted for approval, other than minus Mr. Brooks.
Okay.
Probably don't have this one.
There were no minutes in the morning. Okay, so.
Sign, please. I can remember right.
Then you're gonna talk about the low impact development grant?
So, through the chair,
Yep.
Low Impact Development Grant wrapped up, submitted its final presentation to the Zoning Bylaw Review Committee last meeting. This was a grant received by the town for technical assistance to review our planning board subdivision rules and regulations, our open space residential development bylaw, and stormwater regulations. They did a comprehensive study. I passed out the handouts in your packets. They've noted some key points to those where we could improve on low-impact development and green infrastructure to adhere to model circumstances, and those are being taken into consideration by the zoning bylaw review committee. And now that those have been circulated, if members of the board have any additional feedback on that, and would like to present those to me at a later time or this evening, I'd be happy to forward those off to the zoning bylaw review committee.
I need time to read that.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Yes.
That's quite a,
It is. Does anybody have it? Oh, go ahead, Jonathan.
Sorry.
Mr. Weaver.
Just the question is, so, understanding the process here, where did these go from here?
They went to the zoning bylaw review committee.
Right. Then, if we approve them, what would happen?
I think it's just tools for the zoning bylaw review committee to make amendments to our regulations or the bylaws, and then it's going to end up coming back to this board for review and approval at a public hearing at a later date.
Okay. So there's nothing actionable here. 'Cause okay. In which case, I'll wait.
Okay.
yeah, I think we should put it on the next meeting. That'll give us all time to
Take a peek at it.
take a peek at it and see what's good and bad.
Okay.
Sure most of it's bad.
Your glasses, half empty kind of guy, huh? Okay.
Through the chair, Jim, would you
Yeah.
like to discuss certain sections of that? Because not all of it's really the planning board. The subdivision rules and regulations are obviously
Just,
ours.
just what pertains to us.
Okay.
needless to say.
Okay. Thank you.
And there's no correspondence, the minutes are not there. So, entertain, next meeting is May 10th, 2016. And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.